Hey girly pops. Why do I look like that? Okay. Hey girly pops. What's up? What's up? Hey girly pops, welcome back to my channel. Hey girly pops, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing our first summer road trip, and it's a road trip alone, but not entirely alone because I don't know if you can see Spock's ear, but I'm actually bringing Spock with me. I'm sure you'll see him during the duration of this video, don't worry. But I am currently road tripping alone to a place in Texas called College Station. It's where A&M is, which is a really big school here in Texas, and in the entire town, oh my gosh, why are they going so slow? The entire town is just basically college kids, and since both the Ryans went to A&M, so they have a bunch of friends there, and they want to go see their friends, and they also want me to meet them, but I wasn't able to go yesterday because yesterday was Alex's birthday, and if you guys saw my last video, we did a lot of fun stuff for his birthday. He got a tattoo, we went college clothing shopping for him, and all this stuff. I told Ryan I would drive up today with Spock so that I can meet all of his friends, and then we'll just go home tomorrow. And I have been wanting to make a freaking road trip vlog because of all summer video ideas I had. The biggest one I wanted to do was a summer road trip. I still really want to make like an actual huge road trip to Florida and Disney World or something like that, but just don't know when that's gonna necessarily happen now because a lot of people got busy. So for now, I'm just taking my own little 2-hour road trip, and I've never taken Spock this far, but he literally loves the car. He is just like a dream dog. I know it's really early on in the video, but I want you guys to comment down below if you like these, oh my gosh, me needing validation. I just want to know if you guys like these really casual, chill vlogs where I'm just, you know, talking to the camera, because I feel like, I don't know why, but when my channel was growing, I didn't think twice about like what video I was gonna make, but now I feel like since my platform got bigger, I always second guess myself on like whether or not people would actually even care about that video, which is kind of ironic because people subscribe to me for the type of content I was making where I literally just didn't even think about it, and now I overthink it. So basically what I'm asking you is to validate me if you like me just sitting in the car talking to you for 2 hours, or if that's absolutely terrible and I should just leave that on my vlog channel and then do like bigger ideas on this channel. I need gas. Oh my gosh, I think I'm getting my period, which would be really bad because I didn't bring anything for that. There's a gas station, I should have gone to that one. Okay, maybe I should turn off the camera so I can focus on a gas station. Okay, I stumbled across a very nice looking gas station. So here's Spock. Say hi, Spock. I think I scared him a little bit. Sorry, buddy. Also, there's a state trooper over there, which is giving me PTSD from when I drove to College Station for the first time, literally after VidCon last year. Whoa, this is a weird timeline. I did this exact same thing last year because I met Ryan at VidCon last year, and then he lived in College Station, so I drove to College Station to do a collab, and it was the first time I ever got pulled over because it was like in my new Honda Civic, and it goes kind of fast without you realizing that you're going fast, and it was like a straight Texas road, no other cars to give me context to how fast I was going. So before I even knew it, I was getting pulled over and I was going too fast, like way too fast, like 100. Yeah, I know, don't do that. Do not do that. It was a very expensive ticket. Yeah, just stupid. I've since learned what cruise control is, so use that. But yeah, I'm gonna be careful on this trip and not do that. But let's get gas. I'm gonna let Spock sit here and entertain you while I get gas. I feel like this would be a cute thumbnail. All right, great thumbnail, Haley. Good for me. Sometimes I forget how to be a YouTuber and I get really confused. That man just smiled at me. I did not like that. All right, back on the road we go. So that was 30 bucks for gas in my Honda CR-V, and if I was driving the Jeep, it would be $55, which is why I did not buy a Jeep. Also, it kind of sucks that YouTube copyrights so heavily now because I could show you my summer jams right now, but I can't play those songs for you, so I will link my Spotify down below of my summer playlist. It's actually pretty good this year, not gonna lie to ya. I have an hour and a half left, and I'm gonna listen to a podcast until I stop for coffee or food or something. Okay, we're now at 1 hour left. I really feel like I have to scream in order for you to hear me on this highway. I wanted to tell you guys my favorite podcast because I actually already did that in my How to Survive High School video that I was forced to take down by my school, which is a whole nother story time if you haven't seen that. But a lot of you guys really liked when I talked about my favorite podcast, and I want to have a podcast of my own one day as well, which is funny because I feel like I'm starting to learn that I kind kind of really like public speaking, and I kind of realized this at VidCon because I would go up to do the panels and I would get more excited than nervous. And then even in like meetings and stuff, like group meetings, like I liked talking, like I just love hearing myself talk. And even in interviews and stuff, I was like, wow, I think my opinion is so correct. I want to have a podcast. But that won't be for a while because I just want to like make sure it's good. It'll probably be with Ryan, but you don't want to start that if you're like gonna break up, you know? So like maybe when we're married. Anyways, I don't know. But anyways, I'm gonna tell you my favorite podcast. My first number one favorite podcast. These are not in order, but I would say this is my favorite podcast ever. It's the What We Said podcast with Jason Marie Smith and Chelsea Jade Curtis. I absolutely love their podcast. They do a lot of different topics. Sometimes they interview guests, which is really fun because it's usually business related, which I love, but like more social media world. Sometimes they do story times, kind of, where they ask on their Instagram for like crazy first kiss stories, and then they just like read all of the crazy first kiss stories, and it's really funny. And I was actually on their podcast not too long ago, which is kind of crazy because that was like something that I was like kind of trying to manifest, was being on their podcast, and then it happened. I was following JC on Instagram before she even had a podcast, and then ever since she made one, I haven't missed an episode since they released it a year ago. So okay, I'm at a red light, which is actually great because I'm gonna look at my phone and tell you my other favorite podcast. I also like Don't Blame Me by Megan Rinks. She used to be a YouTuber that I watched, and now she does this podcast called Don't Blame Me. But basically the podcast is where the listeners call in asking for advice on like boys, drama, losing a job, I don't know, just like random stuff like that. Some of the episodes are pretty graphic, I will say that. So if you're like under 13, even like 14, I don't recommend listening to like the really graphic ones just because I feel like that's a little bit inappropriate. But we can all be mature here, you know? But just in case your parents are like don't want you listening to that, I will warn you, like they do talk about, you know, that kind of stuff on there sometimes. A podcast I was listening to yesterday was Ryan Higa recently made a podcast called Off the Pill, which is off of his ADHD pill, not a birth control pill. And he interviewed, number one, Bethany Moda, someone I'm sure all of us used to watch, and number two, Michelle Phan, first beauty guru on YouTube. And Michelle Phan, you guys have to listen to that episode if you're interested in business whatsoever. She is literally a genius. She started Ipsy, it became $1 billion company. She sold her part of the stock. She went on to create her own makeup line. Also owns Thematic Music, which is a service I actually use for my YouTube video music. I can't even explain. She's just so smart, and I look up to her so much because she's also a woman and Asian, and also was a YouTuber, and just a lot of the things that I want to be in the future. Oh yeah, and the most recent new podcast that I've started to listen to is Unsolicited Advice with Ashley Nicole and Taryn, and somehow I stumbled upon it, and I really like it. It's another advice podcast, and I really like listening to advice podcasts because hearing people's stories is just really funny, and they read a lot of emails of like funny stories and stuff, and their just dynamic is really cute. There's also like Views by David Dobrik that everyone listens to, but I go in and out of listening to that podcast because sometimes I'm in the mood to, and sometimes I just don't listen to it ever. But those, I think, for the most part, are all the podcasts I listen to. Clearly, all of them are by YouTubers, but if you have any podcast recommendations, let me know because I love podcasts. There are times when I won't even listen to music for weeks on end because I just listen to podcasts. So I'm always looking for more. If you have any recommendations, on a type of podcast you'd like to see me do in the future, of course. I don't know what my podcast would be, but I feel like I do have a lot of opinions about things that it's not the time and place to talk about on YouTube, especially on this channel. It just wouldn't make sense. But I love having debates with people and conversations, and I feel like that'd be such a fun place to do it on a podcast. Get a little controversial, say some opinions that I might be too scared to say anywhere else, that type of thing. So, I forgot, Pretty Basic by Alicia Marie and Remy Cruz. That is all of them. Oh, I remember something that I wanted to talk about on this road trip. Sorry, clearly I need a podcast because I just love listening to myself talk. I have been obsessed with travel literally for like 3 weeks straight. Every single night I would research travel on Pinterest, on blogs for like 3 hours a night, and that's why I just couldn't go to bed early because I was just so excited to travel. But I don't like traveling in the summer because if I am lucky enough to have a job where I could travel on the off seasons when things are cheaper and there's less crowds, then I'm gonna do that, you know what I mean? Whereas most people don't have that privilege and they have to travel in the summer. So I try to not do that as much, at least not out of the country, just in the US. And then this is like, I'm just gonna, okay, I kind of talk businessy. Okay, not really. This is the only businessy thing that I say. I talk about the year in quarters, which is a very business type thing to do. So it's Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. Q1 is January, February, March. Q2, Q3, Q4, blah, blah, blah. This goes into a whole YouTube topic, but you'll see why it relates to travel. But Q4 is basically a terrible time to travel because it's when your CPMs on YouTube are the highest, which means how much money you make per 1,000 views. And the reason it is the highest, it's because it's, you know, Christmas shopping season. It's when a lot of these people are spending their money. It's when at the end of every month, companies usually have a set budget that they have to spend on ads, marketing, stuff like that. And if it's to the end of a month or an end of the year, they're just spending all of their budget. So basically, it's the best time of year for YouTubers to make money, and it's really hard to work. Okay, this road is so loud. Basically, it's just really hard to work while you're also traveling. Ryan and I last year did 2 weeks out of the country in South Korea and Bali, Indonesia, and although it was fun, number one, we're stupid. We were in Bali for Christmas. I don't know why I did that to my family, because like, I just ended up missing them so bad. I don't know why we decided to do that. I don't know what I was thinking. So yeah, Q4, just hard to travel and work. I think I even like missed an upload while I was in Bali. I think I did a Q&A when I was in Bali. You know, it's just like not your top-notch content. Especially for Q4, that is a bad move to make. It's harder to do, you know, whatever. So I want to do my most traveling in Q1. So January, February, March, it's a very off season for most places. Plane tickets and hotels are cheaper. There's less crowds, and that's when I want to make all of my trips to these countries that I want to go to. Ryan and I are actually going to 3 countries in September for our 1-year anniversary, but that's gonna be a surprise. That's why I'm not telling you. That's why I keep saying Europe, and then people get mad at me because they're like, Europe's not a country, it's an entire continent, which I'm aware of. Obviously, I'm not that dumb, but I'm just not telling you the countries because I want that to be a surprise. I feel like it'll be fun. But other than those places that we're going to, the ones that are really high up on my list are Iceland, because I really want to go see the Blue Lagoon. Switzerland, I literally had a dream of Switzerland. I want to go to Croatia really badly. South Africa. Where else? I have all these countries written down, and then when I actually sit down to talk about it, I forget. Oh yeah, I want to go to Amsterdam. Not a country, I know. It's the Netherlands. I want to go to Finland. Oh yeah, Oceania. Hello, Australia, New Zealand. Oh yes, this rings so many bells in my mind. Okay, I really want to go to Bora Bora, Tahiti. This is in French Polynesia. Those islands, they're gorgeous. They're really kind of difficult and expensive to get to, and which is why they're like honeymoon destinations, because people spend a lot of money for their honeymoon, and Bora Bora, Tahiti are very expensive. I know Hawaii is in the US, but I've only ever been to Oahu, and I really want to go to other islands like Maui and Kauai, and maybe even like a really small, not touristy island on Hawaii, like Molokai. I don't know how to say it, I'm sorry, I sound very white. Yeah, there's just a lot of countries I would like to see. I actually have a bunch of Pinterest boards of like different countries and just pictures of those different countries if you want to see some of those. Oh yeah, I want to go to Portugal really badly. Oh, there's a lot of freaking places, but I've been talking for, it's only been 16 minutes. I feel like I've been talking forever. We still have 50 minutes. I'm gonna go listen to a podcast. I think I'm here, but there's a gate and I'm so confused. Oh, Ryan. I don't think this is right. I'm gonna back out. Okay, I'm about to make a freaking 16-point turn right here. Oh, sorry. Oh my gosh, this is so embarrassing. Sorry. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Sorry. I'm so stupid. That was really embarrassing. These houses are really cute though.
Ron sent you a new message. OMG, what? Would you like to reply?
Me getting all mad. I'm like, where the freak are you? Spock literally just took a nap on my lap the entire time. He's such a good boy. He just loves the car and he loves sunbathing. But I'm excited to like go get some coffee and some food and meet all of Ryan's friends. Summer friendship college vlog. I think I'm a little tired now. This is the tape that keeps my camera up. How was the car ride, buddy? Do you like that? You like the car? Yes?
I need to film you, hold on.
I found them.
Stay there, hold on.
His ears from the back, the wingspan is insane. And every week, I give a shout out to a girly pop who's wearing my merch on Instagram. I don't know why, but I'm just gonna do my girly pop shout out of the week. Here it is.